You're listening to the Artist King podcast.
Welcome to the Artist King podcast, number 31. I am your host, DTM. This week's Artist King podcast guest is Jabari Graham of ABL Radio.com and the great Art Beats and Lyrics art and music show that's been going strong for 10 years now. We had the chance to sit with Jabari earlier in 2014 and share with us about ABL Radio and the art movement he's spearheading. Check out ABL online and visit Art Beats and Lyrics next time they are in your town. Artist King Podcast is sponsored by the law offices of Deborah Gonzalez, Atlanta Tech Village, C4 Atlanta, Wonder Root, Burn Away, RevolveSkate.com, Velocity Screen Print, Lucom.com, and Denominator Graphics. Now on to our artist interview with Jabari Graham.
My name is Jabari Graham, and I have an art event called Art Beats and Lyrics. It's a touring art event we've been doing since 2004, and I also have another component with it called ABL Radio. So it's an online 24/7 streaming radio station.
So tell us about how you got started into that art at ABL and what moved you into that. What inspired you to do that?
Well, I got inspired because I got laid off. So that was one kind of kick in the back that got me motivated. But another thing was at the time I knew I had a passion for art and music, and my cousin, he was down here for the National Black Arts Fest. So I was helping him man the booth and you know, those type of responsibilities, you know, with that booth or whatever. And I noticed that a lot of the patrons wasn't attracted to his artwork, not because it wasn't fresh or anything. It just was geared to a younger audience. And National Black Arts Fest, it was just more so your folk, your African art or whatever. So sitting there looking at that, I was like, well, shoot, something should be geared towards a young art enthusiast. So being laid off, I saw the opportunity and I went to a couple art shows and I started writing my deck up, and that's just a proposal. Basically just putting my ideas out into paper. Besides doing that, I had to find artists, and Dan, like, you were like really one of the first artists that I met with. It was Charlie Owens, but Charlie put me on with you and Kenyatta at the tattoo shop, and we had a meeting, with John, there. So I came up with the name of Art Beats and Lyrics, and I found a venue, I found artists, and found DJs. And I planned it, put it together, promoted the shit out of it, and I had a good turnout. And just from that event, it motivated me to do it more. I didn't get really paid, I just got paid off the fact that people liked it, and it was something that was accepted by the community. So that was enough payment right there to keep going and try to build it and see how it will unfold.
So then, and what year was this?
This was 2004.
And how many shows have you had since then?
I don't even know, man. It's been close to 10 years now, and it evolved to a traveling show from DC, Charlotte, LA. It's been a couple places. We've been fortunate to take it outside of Atlanta, and to still reach those art enthusiasts that are slightly younger or kind of not the mom and pops type of art shows.
So when you set out to create this show, what were you looking for in the artist, and what were you looking for the attendees to get out of it?
For artists, I wanted something fresh, and if we reached out to you or we connected, I already knew that you were fresh. So it was like, hey, how can you do this work on a scale like this? So, I mean, that was a given. And for people attending, we definitely wanted the wow factor because I wanted to add a show element to it, and production, just so it's just not the typical art event. It's something that you're gonna leave saying, "Yo, this shit was fresh," and I want to learn more about this artist who was there, and go from there. Yeah.
All right. So where are you from?
I'm from Lithonia, Georgia.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So what does the word fresh mean to you? Define that.
Fresh, it means something cool, something that's not boring, something appealing, and easily attractive,
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were from New York or something.
No,
got that?
no, definitely.
You just from that generation of us when we say fresh.
Yeah.
Word. Okay, I got you. So, what do you see this art today as? Is it a career? Is it a career? Art is art a career for people, or is it something that they do for fun and still have a job?
I think it's probably a little bit of both because we can still say art, visual artists, and art music. Some musicians that I know, they're waitresses. Some artists I know, there's they may work at a thrift store or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I think it depends on the risk. That person. I think it may depend on the risk of that person, mm-hmm. how far they want to take it, and what they're willing to do to kind of step it up another level. Mm-hmm.
I think risk is good. I think that's a good word because I was looking for what is it that Art Beats and Lyrics brings in, and I think you have made this big huge event, and it has pushed artists to present their work mm-hmm. on a larger scale.
Yeah.
So then what you have done is taken artists who may put stuff on canvas or paper, and now they have to put it on a frame or put it on a wall.
Yeah.
And so tell me about some of those requirements that you tell artists, your presentation has to be at a certain level.
Yeah, we want it to be on point. Especially if we're going into untraditional venues that we're building it up nice or presentable. We want, and there was a time where we didn't have frames or wires and stuff like that, but we want the artwork to be presentable. Not just from us, but from you. If you want someone to buy your work, man, and even Dub told me this. You can sell your work at a certain price point without it being framed, but once you have it framed and the presentation is much more better, you probably can up that price point, at least 30 to 40% just because it looks this way. So, not just for us, but for that artist too.
So if you're gonna take a risk in your career and make art a career, then it's time to step it up to another level where it has the value increases dramatically.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like we can say with music, you can record on whatever Casio or whatever studio, and some of the best studios are the homemade studios. Don't get me wrong on that. Or you can get whatever a better software, or go into another studio, or work with a more established producer, and make not to say that you might not make a hit dealing with what you did before, but it may be a little bit more polished.
The chances are better.
It might be better. It might be.
Gotcha. So when you thought of this Art Beats and Lyrics, so art is the artwork that's on the walls, and the walls themselves are art. Mm-hmm. And then the beats and the lyrics are the musicians?
Yeah, it's just, the DJs.
The DJ, that's right.
And whoever we have that's kind of reciting their poem. Not poem. It's not poem. Definitely no poems, but reciting their lyrics to the song. Mm. And I just thought the name was fresh. I remember, thinking of a name, and I really didn't let that hold me down. I just said, hey, I'm just going to create or just formulate the idea. The name will come to me. And, it came to me, man. I think it was really the grace, and somehow it just came to me and it sounded good. And I stuck with it,
So how did that evolve to the radio?
Well, One reason is because, like, even with our Beats and Lyrics, the event, I get a lot of people who want to, you know, get on the stage or DJ, and this event is, you know, 5 hours, 4 hours long, so it's not that much time, you know.
As long as it is, it's still not enough time.
It's not enough time, you know, and I want to make sure that, you know, I'm not going to have no one up, even the people that's on the stage, I don't want it to be nothing like 10 minutes. I want it to be a good set, you know, so, you know, people can feel the momentum. So, and aside from that, I just love putting people on the new music. So I saw the opportunity in doing something like this for Atlanta, because I'm used to what they do in New York with East Village Radio and a couple of online stations out in LA. And I think Atlanta should have this type of component or this type of platform. And it's not like I'm starting from scratch, you know. Fortunately, I have a name like Beats and Lyrics, so it's not just, you know, just from the bottom up, but it's a good brand that people can already associate themselves with from having a pretty cool product. So it's just kind of putting it in place and putting it out there and taking another risk to try to make it happen. So
these are the questions now that everybody has for you, that you've heard 100 times a day, a week. How do I get my music on Beats and Lyrics?
Well, it's much more easier than the art show. Basically, all you gotta do is just email me, and that's info@ablradio.com. I pretty much listen to everything that comes in, and if it's tight, then, you know, I'll reach out and ask your permission if it's cool if I air it, or if you can do an intro to it, because that's one of the things I've been doing is with the artists that we air the music. I get them to tell a little story behind it. You know, 10 seconds, 20-second story beyond, you know, why you created it, and then I kind of blend it together with that song. So you'll get that kind of response from me, or I'll ask your permission if I can air it, and I'll let you know when I air it, you know.
So you curate it yourself?
Yeah. Well, it's not me. I have other people who help out with me, but you know, we try to make it happen.
Okay. Yeah. So so then the next question is, how do I get my art at Beats and Lyrics next event?
Well, it's pretty much the same thing. People, just music, just submit me, you know, your art, you know, if it's a link, if it's some JPEGs, and if it's dope, we'll reach out to you and see if we can get you involved, you know.
Because I'm sure you get plenty of submissions or questions about how to get in, how to get on. I know I see them on Facebook. Whenever you post something, and then there'll be 10 unrelated responses to your post.
Yeah.
You know, like what?
It'll be like, yo, the weather's looking nice. And the weather's nice, but...
Well, how about, have you seen my email, or can I get my art, or something? You know, I understand. Okay, so let's see. So what can we expect from Beats and Lyrics in the future?
I say just really kind of just tune in. I mean, I'm evolving to the radio station, so with that, I have a couple of shows on there that's art related, music related. I want to get some technology, but check out the station. I'm planning to do another art show later on this fall. So yeah, I mean, just...
And that art show's just going to be Atlanta?
Just Atlanta right now. We may try to do some other cities. It may be a little bit smaller, but definitely Atlanta. Right now, I want people to just listen to the music. I mean, the app right now is really just 2 taps to get into it and then to listen to the music. I'm not at the level where I can kind of flesh out the app yet.
Gotcha.
So it's just a building process for that.
I think you can stream it online too.
Yeah, you can stream it online.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 2 apps for Google Play and iTunes.
Oh, iTunes already?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I got the Google one.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, so it's good music, man. I mean, it's just nothing top 40. Even when you go to the Beats and Lyrics event, we don't play anything top 40. So it's the B-sides. You may hear Al Green, Ella Fitzgerald, Little Dragon to NWA.